Hi, it's Mr. Bernay. I wanted to go over your notes. First lesson of our new unit, which is about angle relationships. And I gave you this handout, and it's sort of, you can think about it in two parts. The top part is your notes, and the bottom part is your homework. It's all going in your notebook, however. You're going to glue the two sides in your notebook, and what it's going to look like is this when you're done. You have one top part glued on the left side, bottom part glued on the right side. And we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this sheet and cut it in half right here. So you're going to have two parts. You're going to have the top part and the bottom part. Again, the top part goes on the left side, bottom part goes on the right side, and they both get glued in your notebook. Make sure you put a title, angle relationships, make sure you put a date, and then also a page number. And also don't forget to put that in your table of contents. So let's take a look at where you're going to fill in here for this top part. A couple definitions to start with. And you can pause the video if you need to get these down. Let me get closer. Okay, so the first one is the triangle angle sum theorem. And that just says that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. I want to put a degree sign there. All that means is that, like this figure over here, angle A, which is this angle right here, mark it in green, angle A plus angle B plus angle C, when you add those three angles together, whatever their measurements are, it will always equal 180 degrees. Doesn't matter what kind of triangle it is, any triangle in the world, all the angles in the triangle, all three angles of a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. That is the triangle angle sum theorem. The next is the missing angle theorem, and this says that if the measures of two angles of a triangle are known, the measure of the third angle can always be found by adding the known angles and subtracting that sum from 180. This will make sense when I show you the examples. Basically what it means is if you have one missing angle in a triangle, since you know that the angle should add up to 180, you can always find the value of the missing angle. And again, you can pause that video to get those definitions down if you need to, but those need to go in your notebook. Alright, so let's try an example here. So on the test, you're going to be shown problems just like this, where you have a triangle, you have two of the angles given, and then you have one missing. So this asks you to find the measure, that's what that little m stands for, of angle T. So angle T is right here. We know that measure of angle R is 25. We know that angle S is 35. So if you add those together, 35 and 25, you get 60. So 35 plus 25 is 60. So you found the sum of the two known angles. Now you're going to take that value and subtract it from 180 to find this missing angle. So 180 minus 60 is 120. So the measure of angle T equals 120 degrees. And again, you found that by adding the two known angles and then subtracting it from 180 to find your missing angle. Alright, example 2. This asks you to find the measure of angle W. We have the measure of angle V here, is 51 degrees. Measure of angle U is a right angle, so that's 90 degrees. It asks us to find this unknown angle W here. So what you have to do is add the two known angles, 90 plus 51, which is 141. Take that and subtract it from 180, since you know that the sum of the angles in a triangle should add up to 180. So you come up with 39 degrees. So the measure of angle W, what's a terrible W, equals 39 degrees. All right. So that's the top part of your notes, where you have the two definitions, and there you have two examples. On the bottom part, so your second page that you glued in there, on that page you have 4 homework problems, and I'm not going to do these for you, but I will give you some hints here. The first one, you have 2 known angles and you have 1 unknown angle. So that's just like the examples I just showed you. Should have no problem doing that. Might need to rewind and watch those if you need to. This one, same way, you have 2 known angles, 1 unknown angle, so all you have to do is add these together and subtract that sum from 180. This is a little different because you have this one says 30 degrees is angle Q, but then it doesn't tell you degrees for R here. However, it does have this little symbol, which means that this and this are equal. So these are both 30 degrees. So angle R is measured at 30 degrees as well. And then for this one, this is a little tricky. Try your best on this one. The hint here that I'll give you is to remember that this symbol means that this is a right angle. So here you have a right angle and then another right angle up here on angle R. Alright, so good luck. Try those 4 homework problems, and then we'll go over them in class together. And make sure you get all this down in your notebook. Thanks.